Hello, hello. So for today's practice, both of these things are voluntary, but they'll be super helpful. I have a yoga strap and I have like a blanket or something that we can sit up on to raise our seat during practice. And you don't have to use any of those. You could use all of them. I'm going to use them all today. And let's get started. I'll take my jacket off and we will begin where we usually do, on our backs, knees bent, pads of the feet planted, and then lowering the length of our spine down along the earth. And then get situated. Give yourself time to adjust your shoulders. Let those shoulder blades settle on down. You might walk the pads of your feet up towards your glutes just to find a really nice foundation in the legs, feeling the weight of your legs press down through the pads of your feet. Maybe you leave your hands on your belly. Maybe you open your arms out to the side. However you would like to be this morning, take your time getting there. And then once you're there, you might soften your gaze or close your eyes. And take a moment to scan the body, noticing every part of it that is pressing down against the earth. Maybe you feel the back of your head. Can you rest the back of your head any more deeply, letting go of any effort in the neck? Feel the shoulders and the shoulder blades relaxing down into the earth, the backs of the arms maybe as well. What does the length of your spine feel like? Maybe the pressure in the low back or the hips. We're just here to notice and explore in our mind's eye. And maybe all the way down to the pads of the feet once more. Can you feel the weight of your legs gently pressing through the pads of your feet? Go ahead and give your toes a little wiggle, maybe flex them long, curl them in, and then relax them on down towards the earth. On an inhale, let's find some movement. Take a deep breath in. We're going to sweep both arms up overhead and land the back of the hands down on the earth, relaxing the rest of our arms here, opening up through the heart center. Continue to take these deep breaths into the body through the mouth or the nose, doesn't matter. It's whatever's more comfortable for you. Really feel, though, each breath in, fill the heart center and the lungs, the belly, and then let the breath leave the body completely. You might notice the sensation on your inhale of stretching and expansion. The belly and the heart rise towards the sky. As you exhale, what can you soften? As the belly lowers towards the earth, the heart gently softens, the shoulders, the arms. Breathing here just a moment longer. What do these big breaths feel like in your body? Can you relax any effort through your jaw or tongue and just breathe gently here? Big and slow, taking your time. On an exhale, we're going to take our hands, sweep them back overhead, press through the fingertips, slowly lower them down by our side. On an inhale, we're going to sweep the arms out and overhead, palms up. So finding this movement, exhale, sweep the arms overhead, down by our side. Inhale, turn the palms up, pressing through the fingertips, sweep the hands out and up overhead. Let's do this for 3 more breaths at our own pace. But can we let the breath be big? Each inhale and exhale, Really exploring the range of motion of your breath. And then on an exhale, leave your palms planted down by your side. Let's reverse this. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, pressing through the fingertips. Exhale, we sweep them out. Ooh, my Zoom window closed. Hopefully y'all can still see me. Out and down. Continue that. Inhale, up. Exhale, arms reach out and down. Continue that for a few more breaths. I'm going to adjust my camera here because for some reason I lost track of y'all. Beautiful. There you are. Moving with the breath. On your next exhale, once more, leave the arms down by the sides. All right, from here, this is where we want to grab our strap maybe. We're going to warm up our ankles, knees, and our hips. So pressing strong through the right foot, lift that left knee up towards the sky. And you might not need a strap at all, but for me, it's going to help with a sensation of control and grounding. So I'm going to take my strap behind my thigh, just behind the knee, and use it as a brace here. You might hold both hands or just one, but from here, start ankle circles. Big ankle circles, one direction, and then switch directions, big ankle circles. We'll do a little pointing and flexing. Beautiful. Now let's do, instead of ankle circles, knee circles. Now the knee is a hinge joint, so we'll want to take this low and slow, but point the toe gently. Imagine there's a pencil sticking out the end of it, graphite side out, and you're going to draw little circles on the wall in front of you. So holding the strap, you might hold your thigh if you're not using a strap, and draw little circles with your toes, about the size of a dinner plate. You can draw them a little larger or a little smaller if that feels good, but we're just exploring gently the range of motion of the knee. And then reverse those circles. It's a little awkward, but our knees love it. Beautiful. From here, we'll pause. We'll take these circles up into the hip. So bending the knee, you might imagine there's a pencil down, graphite side up, pointed out the knee. We're going to draw little circles on the ceiling. You pick the direction and you let them be small at first, right? Maybe dinner plate sized. You can hold on to this strap. You can let go of the strap. It's entirely up to you. But let those circles grow and grow larger and larger. And you might keep the knee bent. You might enjoy the sensation of lengthening the leg, pointing the toe, and drawing these circles with the toes instead of the knees. So however you want to be here, warming up our hip sockets, letting those circles grow and grow. So we're exploring the full range of that hip socket, either toes pointed or knees bent. From wherever you are, slowly roll to a stop. Let's switch directions. Big knee circles. We'll do this 3 more times on this side. And then on your third circle, we'll pause with the knee up in towards the chest, rather grabbing that thigh or the strap. And then let's release. Lengthen the leg down, flex the toes towards the body, press through the heel, lower that heel all the way on down towards the earth. We're relaxing through this front hip flexor here. Breathing deep into the belly, getting that nice gentle stretch in the front body. And then let's bend that left knee. We'll switch sides. So pressing strong through that left foot, use that strength to lift the right knee up. Maybe you use your strap, maybe you don't, but let's start these ankle circles when you are ready. How big and round can you draw these circles? And then let's switch directions. A little point and flex. Pointing and flexing the toes is such an important thing to do. It nerve flosses our sciatic nerve. So it makes space for the nerves in our body. All right. Now, holding this strap or the thigh, let's point the toe, draw circles. We're warming up the knee here. Picking the size of the circle that honors your knee joint. Taking it nice and slow, the drawing of these circles. And then switch directions. All right, from here, bend the knee, start our knee circles. Let them be small at first, right? Just dinner plate size. We're just warming up that knee joint. And then start, or the hip joint, excuse me, and then start to let them grow. Maybe you point that toe, maybe you keep the knee bent. How big can you draw these hip circles? Loving on those hips. We're going to see if we can't get to the whole of the body in half an hour. From wherever you are, roll to a stop, switch directions, big, slow circles. Let it be messy. I was listening to a speech given today by a famous female lawyer. And she said that we need to show up less in pursuit of perfection and more in pursuit of bravery. And I love that. On an exhale, we're going to plant the pad of that right foot. Ooh, these hips have been through a lot. Let's heel toe them mat wide. Let's do some windshield wipers so both knees fall towards the left. As you inhale, lift them up towards the sky. Exhale, fall towards the right. You might come up on the blade edges of your feet, but we'll move with the breath. Inhale, knees rise. Exhale, they fall. As you exhale, you're really focusing on releasing the weight of the knees, letting them hang heavy, loosening through the hips and pelvis here, softening through the low back. And you melt with each exhale just for a moment, really giving in to these windshield wipers. Once more on either side. And then pause with knees upright. Let's heel toe them even further apart. We're going to heel toe our feet so far apart that we can't anymore. We feel this tension, this tightening in the outsides of the hips, and the hips say, all right, this is it. From here, let your knees fall together. You're going to come up onto the inside blade edges of your feet, maybe, and let the inside of your thighs relax down towards the mat. As you do this, can you inhale deep into the low belly? Let the breath stretch and expand that area. As you exhale, can you soften the low belly and the vertebra of the low back? Just imagine them relaxing and releasing here. Beautiful. On an inhale, release the knees upright. We're going to heel toe them back together. We're going to come up into a seat. So you might grab the backs of your thighs and roll up into a seat. You might roll over onto your side of your body and press yourself up. However you choose to get there. Don't take it too seriously. Let it be playful. Experiment. Take your time. This is where we're going to grab our blanket or a pillow or something that can set our hip bones up off the mat. You're going to place it down and take your seat. I'm all wrapped up in my strap today. All right. From here, You might start in Sukhasana, easy pose. I don't want to do that today. I'm going to take a wide-legged stance. For me, it leaves plenty of room for the belly here, and it really supports the low back. So you might stay in Sukhasana. You might be legs wide. You might try both through this practice, but we're going to do a seated cat-cow. So on an inhale, lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Feel your heart center press forward a little bit. Remain here while you breathe. Each inhale, pressing that chin just a little higher towards the ceiling, feeling the muscles along the front of the throat tighten. The heart center expand and open forward. And on your next exhale, start to drop the gaze low until the forehead hangs heavy towards the earth. We're going to hang out here. You might even lean forward just a little bit so you can really feel the weight of your head hang in this posture. You might even give your head a little jiggle here just to make sure you're not holding any effort in. And then on an inhale of your choice, gaze rises up, chin presses up, heart presses forward. So let's move with the breath. Exhale. Gaze lowers, head hangs heavy. You might even tuck that belly button in towards the spine if it feels good. Inhale, reverse that, lift up, pressing through the chin. Moving with your own breath. Let's do 2 more. On an exhale, we'll come to neutral here. And then we're going to warm up our spine laterally. We haven't done these before, but they're fun. On an inhale, sweep your arms out wide. As you exhale, your right hand comes across your body, palm up. Your left hand sweeps overhead. So we come into a twist, just like this. I'm placing the inside or the outside of my forearm or my my words today, y'all. The outside of my forearm or the outside of my upper arm lands on the inside of my right leg. And I'm using that as a bit of a leverage to lift my left hand up overhead to turn my heart center to gaze at that hand. So this is a lot of explanation to explore this in our bodies. On an inhale, release. We're going to rise up, arms come out wide. Exhale, left hand across the body, palm up. Right hand sweeps overhead towards the right. So you might stay like this. You might drop that arm down and use it for some leverage to continue this twist, this stretch here. On an inhale, rise up. So maybe we move with the breath. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Let's do this once more on either side. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale. Let's bring them down by our sides. Beautiful. So from here, we'll move into staff pose. So extending the legs out long. We're going to press through the heels, flex the toes towards the body. Now, this is not, we're not clenching and holding this. This is a gentle pressure, something that we can carry on for some time. From here, while we press out through the heels, flexing the toes towards the body, it engages the top of the legs. We're going to find some length through our spine. So on an inhale, imagine drawing your breath up from your pelvis through the length of your spine, out the top of your head. As you exhale, let those shoulders melt away from the ears. Again, inhale, finding all of this length through the spine. Exhale, melt those shoulders. And then let's turn this into a twist. On an inhale, we're going to sweep our arms out and overhead. As we exhale, left hand comes to right thigh, right hand plants behind us, and we're going to lean back into it, right? So we're leaning away. Maybe your left hand just comes on to the right side of the belly or the right hip here. You decide. We're going to press hard, right? Through that right hand, turn towards the right. Maybe you turn your gaze over that right shoulder if it feels good. We're going to hang out in this twist for a moment, breathing deep into the belly. On an inhale, rise up, arms come up overhead. Exhale, let's switch sides. That left hand plants behind you. The right arm comes down where it may, maybe on the left hip, the belly, the thigh, wherever it can become an anchor to help you twist towards the left, turning your gaze maybe over that left shoulder or towards that direction. Breathe into the belly. Let the belly soften here. On an inhale, rise up, sweep the arms up as you do. Exhale, palms come together towards the heart center in Samastiti. From here, we'll find 90-90 in the hips. We're not going to take long here. So 90-90 looks like this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our left leg, we're going to swing it out towards the left in 90 degrees. Our right knee, we're going to bend it towards the left, 90 degrees. So this might be where your 90-90 hangs out today. This is a perfect variation of it. The blanket that's underneath both of your sits bones, you might shift it so it's only underneath this right side. So if you'd like to take a second, shift your support and then readjust yourself. If you want to take this into another version of 90-90, you might bend this left knee back towards 90 degrees. So find your 90-90. From here, once more, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. This time, as you exhale, you're going to plant your right hand over towards your right. You're going to reach over top. So a nice side stretch here. And then rotate the left arm down towards the ground. So your heart rotates, your gaze rotates just a little bit, as far as it goes. And maybe your hand plants on the mat. Maybe it doesn't. We're not here to force it. We're just here to experience the depth of this twist. And then let's move with the breath. Inhale, we're going to sweep our left arm out in front and towards the back. Gaze follows. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, we close this twist. Twice more. Inhale, open, nice and slow. Exhale, close. Last time. Beautiful. When you're ready, rise up. Let's switch sides by finding staff pose once again. The legs come out in front of us. You might have enjoyed having this bolster or this blanket up underneath that one hip. If that's the case, place it up underneath the left hip. We'll come into 90-90 on the opposite side. So this right leg swings out towards 90 degrees. Our front knee bends the foot towards the right. Maybe you hang out here. Maybe you bend this back knee. From wherever you are, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, plant that left hand. We're going to reach directly over towards the left. Feeling this stretch. Maybe you bend that left elbow and get real deep. It's up to you how you explore this. On an inhale, press through those fingertips. As you exhale, roll that right arm down towards the earth. Maybe you plant that right palm, maybe you don't. Hanging out here for a moment, and then let's move with the breath. Inhale, sweep the right arm in front of you. We're going to open up. Exhale, close this twist. Moving with the breath at your own pace. Let's do this 4 more times. Letting it be messy. If you notice that changing the trajectory of your arm, maybe you lift it further up overhead, maybe it's down closer towards the ground. If it brings ease or if it feels good in your personal body, do it, play, experiment. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to be brave and messy. All right. From here, rise on up. We only have a few minutes left, so let's make our way back onto our back. We'll end this with a good twist, setting aside our props, bending the knees, planting the pads of the feet, walking the length of the spine once more down on the earth. Find yourself here. Once more, those shoulder blades press down, the hips, the pads of the feet. We've been here. This is familiar. Can you close your eyes or soften your gaze for a moment? Let your body press down into the earth. Notice that sensation. And then two options for twist here. You might draw the knees up into the chest. You might even use your strap to do that. Or you can leave the feet planted. The difference is with the feet planted, the twist that we're going to do is going to end up in the low back. If you pull the knees up into the chest, or if you use your strap to hold the knees up into the chest, it's going to take the spinal twist we're doing and move it up into the mid back. So the closer your knees are towards your heart center, the further up this twist goes. So you decide, are you here or are you here? But from wherever you are, we're going to draw our knees together and then we're going to let them both fall over towards the left. Keeping both shoulder blades relaxing down towards the earth. You might even tee the arms out wide just to encourage that. And then if we want to invite the cervical spine, the neck into this twist, lift the head up off your mat, turn your gaze opposite your knees, and then lower the head back down. Wherever you find yourself, take a deep breath into the belly. And as you exhale, can you soften both the belly and the heart down towards the earth? Let the neck find ease here along with the tongue and the jaw. Let the knees hang heavy if you like. We'll move towards the opposite side by first lifting the head, turning the gaze back up towards the ceiling, rocking the knees back towards the sky, either in towards the chest or feet planted, and then allow both those knees to fall towards the opposite side. Can you once more send your breath down deep into the belly? As you exhale, release any effort in the low belly, the low spine. If you want to lift your head, turn your gaze opposite your knees, you might do that now. Softening once more through the jaw and the neck as the head rests back down into the mat. Let each exhale soften you just a little further. Can you let go of any tension that might have snuck up in the shoulders, the shoulder blades? Maybe the thighs and the knees. You might take one more deep breath in, a slow exhale out, and then lift the head, turn the gaze to neutral. Let those knees swing back up towards the ceiling. And then we'll lengthen the legs out into our final Shavasana. Short and sweet, but so important. We release ourselves completely into rest. Knowing that all of this interoception that we're building, this mind-body connection, leads us to this point where we explore the stillness in the body and we invite the mind to join. So as you lay here for the next minute, softening the body down into the earth beneath it, Notice your natural, gentle breath. Let your mind be consumed with the sensations of your breathing, the stretching, the rising, the expanding of the inhale, the softening, the relaxing, the releasing of the exhale. Maybe you notice the temperature of your breath. Knowing this is how we train the mind towards calm, how we still the whirlwind. You can remain here for as long as you like, but as per usual, I've gone over. So you might begin to wake up the fingers and the toes with some gentle movement. Can you feel the textures with your fingertips? Can you stretch and curl the toes? You might invite that movement into the ankles and the wrists, the arms and the legs. We'll do a little something in somatics they call pandiculation, which is just an invitation to stretch and move your body in the same ways you would if you were waking up from a long nap in the sunshine. What feels good to you? Maybe a yawn as you stretch here, knowing that pandiculation is deeply dopamine releasing. So if we're feeling sad or stuck, taking this opportunity can be a huge boon. And then when you've woken your body in ways that feel good, you might roll over onto your left or right side, supporting the head on the arm, taking a moment here, resting the fullness of your body down into the earth once more. We'll take a moment here to soak in our practice. Maybe it was messy and awkward in our bodies. Maybe it felt like incredible bliss. Maybe it was both wrapped up into one. All of these experiences are valid and equally important. There is so much for us to learn when we meet ourselves in these places. But know each time you meet yourself, it's easier, it gets more familiar, it feels more like freedom and home and a little less scary. When you're ready, you might use your arms to press yourself up into a gentle seat. If you'd like, you can bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. You might take a gentle bow in the head if it feels good. And thank yourself for showing up. This work is hard, but it is life-changing and eye-opening, compassion building. It allows us to meet ourselves where we're at. It allows us to trust our experience. And nobody can do this for you but you. So thank you. And thank you for practicing with me. The light and the dark in me, the mess, the chaos, the wildness, the beauty, and the magic. See the light and the dark in you, and we are the same. So thank you. Thank you for being messy with me, y'all. Not only did I go wildly over, but I struggled with my cues today. I love it. Your patience is wonderful.